Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. Today, we're going to be taking a sneak peek into 2023 to see what may be in store for the sign of Scorpio. This video is going to be for Scorpio Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising. If you have a lot of placements in Scorpio or identify heavily with Scorpionic energy, this reading may be for you. If you simply felt drawn to this video, then there probably is also a message in here for you. And this is going to be relevant as we move through 2023, of course, as we are peeking into the first half of 2023 and the second half of 2023. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. There are a lot of Scorpios out there in the world, so this isn't going to resonate for everyone, but there are going to be messages that are channeled for the people who are going to be finding this video. So not every single thing may resonate, but something will probably resonate for you, and you may look back as 2023 progresses and see that something that came up in this video becomes relevant if it does not feel relevant now. Without further ado, we're going to get right into it. I'm going to be using the Archangel Power Tarot cards to start out your reading today, because I was just drawn to these cards for you as I was sitting here getting ready to begin this video. Clear. All right, so what guidance, what messages do the archangels have for the sign of Scorpio for the first half of 2023? What is going on during this first half of 2023? What can Scorpio expect? What might they experience? What messages and guidance wants to come through? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, major placements. All right. First half of 2023. First card out for you guys is Solutions. Success that comes from objective compromise, self-control and patience, forgiving and healing energy. And this would be, I believe, similar to the Temperance card in the traditional tarot deck. All right. Yeah, so major themes for you in this first part of 2023, we're looking at the energy of patience and forgiveness. And so there may be something going on in this first part of 2023 that is requiring patience from you. There may be something you're trying to create, something you're trying to manifest and bring into your reality, and it's not happening as quickly as you would like. And what Spirit is saying and what Spirit wants you to know is that it's really important, and this is similar to a message that came through for Aries, I think. It's really important to focus on the long game right now and to not let your emotions or your thoughts get the best of you. Stay the course. Self-control may be called for during this period, all right? And so we don't want to fly off the handle. We don't want to make snap, reckless decisions or judgments about anything. We want to allow, I'm feeling this definitely in relationships for some. It's like allow the situation to unfold naturally. Don't try to force it. Don't try to push it. I feel like some of you guys, it's like, and I'm definitely getting this for relationships, but it could be for any aspect or anything going on. You want something. You want something to go a certain way. You want, like, we'll use the relationship example because that energy is definitely coming through strongly. Say you are in a relationship with somebody and they're not opening up to you the way that you would like them to. Allow that to play out naturally. Don't try to force that. Don't try to make things happen too soon. They have to do things at their own pace. You are a sign who likes that deep connection, that deep raw connection. And if you feel like you're lacking that, give it some time, give it some patience, allow them to come around in their own time. You can certainly understand how important it is to be able to trust somebody and feel safe and feel comfortable in order to reveal the depths of yourself. Right? This is traditional Scorpio energy here. It takes you some time to do that. You have to really feel supported. You have to feel that you can trust the person that you're with, right? You're not going to reveal everything up front. But remember, it takes people different lengths of time to get to that place. And so it may be taking your partner a length of time to get to that place too. And that's okay if that timing is different than yours. And with anything that's coming, that's going on, whether this is a job, whether this is any other type of relationship dynamic that outside of the one that we just discussed, allow the situation to unfold. If there are things that I guess the way I want to put this is like, if your emotions start really welling up and you feel as though it's bringing you to a place where you may act or behave in a way that you would not ideally conduct yourself in a situation, take a beat, take some time, find a way to get out some of those feelings, to process some of those emotions, and to really analyze and understand which ones are important to be shared and the manner. A lot of it's about the manner with which you're sharing things. Like, Spirit wants you to really think through what you want to say, get to the heart of it, and focus it on yourself as opposed to projecting anything at the other person. Like, you do this or you do that or you... And definitely make sure anytime that we're using words like always or never, those are exaggerations, and so we want to catch ourselves because we're generalizing a person and a situation. And it's also to remember that when we box in a certain energy by saying this person always behaves this way, this job is going to go this way, right? My day is going to look like this. We are setting that expectation and that intention, and we're going to receive what we put out, because our reality is a mirror of what's going on inside of us, of our thoughts, of our emotions, of our vibration. So just be aware and cognizant of that. There may be compromise required in jobs, in relationships, in some area of your life in the beginning of 2023. But I really feel that it's going to be worth it. The same thing goes for forgiveness. There's a lot of healing available to you through the ability to forgive. And this is something that you're going to be working on. And I feel like for some people, for some, it's something in the past that you're finally ready to forgive, right? You're finally at a place where you're able to do that, and you understand that forgiving someone or something doesn't mean condoning the behavior or the situation. It simply means setting yourself free so you don't have to carry the weight of that anymore. I wanted to say the weight of that betrayal. So for some of you, it was a betrayal of some kind. But it's you're finally at that place. For others, there may be a situation that arises in the first half of 2023 that is going to push you into this energy of thinking about forgiveness. And it's going to give you more practice with that. And so this is either because there's more forgiveness that you need to do going back, and this is going to really help you kind of build up those muscles, so to speak. Or it's because this is just a lesson that you really need to learn right now, so that you can move forward and you can progress. But definitely a lot of energy with that forgiveness. A lot of learning to compromise, learning to be patient, right? Learning not to make snap judgments about people or situations, and learning how to work with honor and constructively express and experience your emotions. You are a water sign, fixed water, all right? So this is powerful energy. You have a lot of deep, deep emotion within you. And a lot of times, Scorpio energy in its traditional form, and I say traditional form because nobody is an exact caricature of any sign. We have all signs present in our charts. We are a blend of many different things, all right? But traditional Scorpio energy feels very deeply, but oftentimes really represses that and doesn't let other people see that until sometimes they're ready to explode. And this is something similar with your opposing sign of Taurus as well. And so it's about addressing that before you hit the overload. And this doesn't just have to do with like anger and different things like that, frustration, impatience. This has to do with any emotion that you are feeling deeply. And so if you are feeling sadness, if you are feeling grief, whatever it is, you're really learning and being asked to begin to master this art of being honest with yourself first and foremost about what you feel, and then finding a way to release that energy before it gets to that extreme point. I actually want to, on the bottom of the deck here, we have King of Raphael, which is the King of Cups. And the first phrase on this is, yes, it is safe to trust. It's safe to open your heart. So for some of you, what I feel like is you may have opened your heart in the past and you got really burned. For some, multiple times. In multiple ways, right? Friends, lovers, co-workers, you name it, family even. And so you got to a point where you really kind of, the image I'm getting is like you turned your heart to stone. And this doesn't mean that you became cruel and uncaring. This just meant that you put up a shield, you put up a wall that didn't let people in. And you and you refuse to allow yourself to get emotional over people, over the actions of people. And also to in that process, you kind of cut out your ability to love. And so you're learning how to turn that back on again. You're learning how to open yourself back up again. And for some of you, it's like this person that may be driving you a little bit crazy. It's like you realize that they're not moving at the speed that you want them to. And then you realize why. It's not because they can't open up. It's because you can't open up and you couldn't see that. You thought that you were. Perhaps you discuss a lot of like philosophical or esoteric topics. Right? And you really speak your mind about that stuff, but you don't really talk about yourself, your life, your feelings, your deeper thoughts and desires. And so you're learning how to do that. This person is teaching you that. For others of you, it's the speed, it's the other way. I'm definitely feeling for some people, it's like if you're meeting somebody, they may be moving too fast for you. And they're kind of like opening up too quickly and it's making you uncomfortable. But it's meant to do that because it's meant to shake you. Yeah, it's meant to melt down. But this person that's coming in for some of you here, and this is water energy, right? So this could be Cancer, another Scorpio, or Pisces. Really feeling the Cancer energy here, but it could be any sign. It's just somebody who holds these qualities of water, right? They're compassionate, they're loving, they're warm, they're nurturing. Also emotional, all right? So there could be some intensity here for some people. But it's like they're helping you, and the situations in your life, and this isn't just love related, are helping you to learn how to trust again and how to open yourself up. I'm feeling for some people too, it's like you may have a friend come into your life and they are available to you in ways that other people haven't been. They are loyal, they are trustworthy, and it's like that makes you uncomfortable because you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. And you believe it's kind of like too good to be true because once again, you've been burned in the past. All right. And you don't believe that people are trustworthy. And generally when we have that belief system, and so belief systems may be something that you want to get into working with in this first half of 2023. We've been working on those for a while. They do dictate our reality. But sometimes it's almost like the universe throws us a bone. It's like that may be a self-fulfilling prophecy, that belief system that people are not trustworthy. But somebody gets thrown into your path. And I feel like this was a soul contract before you came to this planet. See, I have a personal belief system or opinion that about 50%, maybe a little more, maybe a little higher, maybe like 60, 70% of what we experience is a projection of our own beliefs, our thoughts, our vibration, right? All of that. But I believe that the other 50 to 30%, depending on which number we're going with there that I just stated, is fated. It's destined to happen. It's the stuff that you chose before you came into this lifetime. And some of that stuff, sometimes depending on our free will decisions, some of those connections, some of these things that we agreed would happen before we incarnated here may not come to pass because of the choices that we make. But some of them absolutely will, because it's like a key integral aspect of this lifetime. And I feel like that's when we get these aberrations here, right? Like somebody coming into your reality who is actually trustworthy. And so this is also teaching you to hone in on your intuition more. You are a highly intuitive sign, But it's all about getting the head out of the way so you can really feel with your gut and your heart. All right? And you're learning how to do that more, because this is going to kind of stop you in your tracks, and you're going to be like, wait a minute. Is this just my conditioning telling me that I can't trust this person? And you're going to question that with this person. And you're going to have to go within to find the answer. And the thing that I always tell people when they're struggling with trust is to start out small. You don't have to start out telling somebody your deepest, darkest secrets. All right? Throw them a little something, give them a little bit to work with, and see what they do with that. And then give them a little more. All right? We can do this in stages. But I feel like this person is really going to bring out the desire for you to do that. And for some of you guys, this is also about learning to trust yourself more deeply, your competence, your ability to accomplish things. Because I feel like there's a big dream that you're beginning to realize in this first half of 2022. It may be something you already knew was a dream of yours. It may be something that was buried so deep you didn't even know it existed. And it's really kind of coming out into the open here. And once again, it's making you a little nervous because you may question your ability to achieve this or to be worthy of this. But you absolutely are. You absolutely are worthy of it. Excuse me, sorry. Throat energy acting up there, throat chakra stuff. Yeah, you are completely capable. And it is your time to continue building the confidence necessary to, and I'm feeling like the second half of 2023 is when you're really going to dive into this. I feel like the first half of 2023 is more about getting yourself to the place where you're ready, getting rid of, once again, those old belief systems, right, that tell you that you're not capable, that you're not competent, that prevent you from being comfortable in your own skin. That's what you're washing away. That's what you're healing through this first half of 2023. And I feel also with this temperance, with these solutions, I feel like there's also an energy here where if there has been an issue for a really long time that you've been struggling to find a solution to, there are solutions that are going to become more clear. And some of these solutions may involve forgiveness. They may involve compromise, patience, the things that you're needing to work on, right? Of course, there's a reason for that, but it's going to be worth it. Yeah, something is, there's like, I see the light shining down on this angel here. That's like the epiphany, the realization, the solution that comes through that you didn't see or didn't expect. And perhaps in the past that wasn't a solution because you weren't at the point where you were ready for that solution. Some of you guys, you had to go through the drama to get to this place. And you're finally able to do that. I feel like for some people, this also has to do with, say, if you have a co-parenting situation with somebody. If you have anything where you have to interact with another person that you would rather not have anything to do with, and you're having difficulty finding common ground, and there's a lot of toxic energy, a lot of bickering or fighting, or it's like you guys just can't seem to get on the same page. You're going to figure out how to get on the same page, and part of that is mastering this energy of self-control, being patient, accepting this person where they're at, understanding. Acceptance is a big energy here. Forgiveness and acceptance. You're able to forgive them for what they did in the past because you can now accept them for where they're at and accept that they're not going to get to the place that you wish they could be in your time frame, and they may not ever. But when you get yourself to a better place, you're less worried about them and what they're doing. And you don't take things personally, and it's able to things are able to roll off your back a little more. Yeah, so I see a lot of positivity there. Pray for healing energy around that situation. Pray for the highest and best good to be manifested for all parties involved. the highest and best solution for everyone involved. And this is Archangel Zadkiel, that card, so maybe pray to Archangel Zadkiel. Also, Archangel Raphael, he is the god of healing, right? And so he can help bring healing to situations as well. I feel like Zadkiel is more for your shifting perspective, if you want to be able to see and understand things from a higher perspective. And Raphael is more the one that you pray to for the solution, for the compassion, for the patience, for the ability to act and stand in your integrity. Both of them are good for that. Yeah. All right, I want to dig into this a little bit more, and we're going to use, what is this called? The Urban Tarot. Clear. Let's get a little more energy and guidance for some of the things that we discussed for this first half of 2023. Anything else that wants to come out here, either to clarify or something new. And my eyes are being drawn to the 9 of Raphael, which is the 9 of Cups in this deck, I do believe. And of course, that I call it, and I love it because I call that the genie in a bottle card. And what do we have on this card? A genie, or somebody rubbing a lamp, rather. All right. So it's about wishes coming true and joyful times. So there is a lot of joy to be found, even though that sounds like a lot of intense, heavy energy. There's still going to be joy in this first half of 2023 for you. And there's going to be any of these challenging energies are going to bring about and allow for the joy that you're, and the freedom that you're getting ready to experience in the second half of 2023. But let's talk more about this first half. Any clarification here? Any other energies that want to come out? Okay. Interesting. So we had the King of Cups here. Now we have the Knight of Cups. And we have the 2 of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups in this deck is called the Seducer. I feel like for some of you, though, what this is talking about more is being seduced by change. Like, if there is a change that you're wanting to make in your reality, you finally, like, it's been calling to you for a while. And you just, for whatever reason, you haven't been able to make those changes that you wanted to make. Like, you keep falling back on yourself, spiraling backwards. It's like 1 step forward and 10 steps back, as like what it's felt like. There's been like a block that you haven't been able to figure out. And now you're finally able to move through that energy. And for some of you guys, this has to do with physical fitness, right? You see that she's doing the crunches on the ball there. For some of you guys, it has to do with physical fitness, getting yourself aligned. I think for some of you, you're realizing and understanding the importance of the mind-body-spirit connection and how the body factors into that, how your health factors into that. You want more energy. You want more vitality. Some of you want to lose a few pounds, right? You want to feel better in your own skin. And so you're really, you're dedicating yourself to a new diet, a new workout, whatever it is. For others of you, it's more the metaphor here of, think about when you start a new workout routine. You're not going to see results if you go just 1 or 2 times. You have to stick with it. And that's that 1 step forward, 10 steps back energy. In the past, you just weren't able to stick with it. You tried a lot of things that were positive and beneficial for you on a physical level, emotional, spiritual level. And then it's like the behavior, you couldn't turn it into a habit, right? You kind of, that energy lapsed. It just, you couldn't stay motivated enough to continue to commit. And now you're going to have that extra motivation. And it's going to facilitate some really powerful changes in your life. And you see how there's a mirror here? And her energy is being mirrored. This is that energy that we were talking about how your manifested reality is a mirror for what's going on internally, as well as the choices and decisions you make, right? but absolutely the energy that's going on internally. So it's like you're really learning how to work with and master the mirror and the reflection that you see. And this is speaking metaphorically. Yes, for some people, it is absolutely the literal reflection that you see. But it's also like the reflection of reality that you see. You're really learning how to master that on a more powerful level. For some of you guys, though, with this Knight of Cups energy, there is somebody who is going to seduce you, or perhaps you are the seductress or the seducer. Some of you guys, this is somebody that you may meet, like you see they have the glasses there, out at a bar or a party or something like that. I'm feeling like, and this is interesting because this would be 2022, well, probably this year, or maybe next December. It's jumping us ahead into the end of the year, but I'm feeling like a Christmas party or a holiday party for some. Office party maybe. But for other people, this is like you may just meet them out somewhere. Or you may meet them through friends. Right? Like a friend of a friend of a friend kind of an energy. In a group situation. For some people, I feel like before you meet this person that you can actually trust, you may meet somebody first who just kind of plays that seducer kind of an energy, and then things fall apart. They don't work out for whatever reason. Which, of course, makes it doubly hard to trust when this other person comes into your life. Or back into your life for some. For some. Tell me more about this Knight of Cups. For some of you guys, this is like your old life trying to seduce you. Right? Especially if you had, say, substance abuse problems, or just anything that you did in excess, old behaviors coming back, old addictions. For some people, it could be like sexual addiction, something like that. Just one of those old behaviors and some old aspects of your life that you thought you had left behind and you wanted to leave behind. So it's like you're going to have the choice between falling back or making the changes and sustaining the changes necessary so that you don't fall back into this energy. Because what you're wanting is change. And then what came out here? Princess of Wands, the Dancer. Interesting. And notice she's eating fire here, or he. She. I was thinking of spinning fire when I first saw that card. But this is playing with fire, right? So that's a metaphorical statement right there. Don't play with fire. That's what this energy of the seducer is. Don't play with fire. So if somebody from your past comes back and they're trying to seduce you, don't fall for it. They're telling you that they've changed, but I'm not necessarily sure that that's true. Go with your own intuition. Some of you guys, you got to step back into the fire to remember how much it burns. All right, I'm thinking of that Fiona Apple song, Shadow Boxer, which is a great song, by the way. And the line, once my flame and twice my burn. All right. For some of you guys, it's like, it's the behavior is playing with fire, right? The old addictive behavior. For other people, it's like you meet somebody new, but immediately they throw up the red flags of people you've been with in the past. And so this card is warning you, don't go there. Or if you go there, you're going to get the same thing you've always gotten. Do you want to get that again, or do you want change? Do you want something new? All right. So that was good clarification around that. Anything else that wants to come out here? Definitely a lot of strong energy around like that kind of hedonistic party lifestyle. Some people, some of you Scorpios watching this video, you may be getting clean in 2023. If you have not gotten clean and sober yet and you've been wanting to, or if you have tried in the past and it hasn't fully worked out, this could be your year. You can absolutely do it, right? You have the solutions. You have the support people in your life. I feel that with that King of Cups energy. In a broader sense, you have the support system in your life. You have everything you need to make that change to a healthier state of being. And if you put all of your effort and intention, 100%, if you give it 100%, they say, if you do something 99%, you will probably fail. You have to do it 100%. If you give 100%, you can and you will be successful this time around. And this doesn't just relate to getting clean and sober. This relates to anything that you put your mind to. Any change that you're trying to make. Any way that you're trying to heal. All right, and now we have power and justice coming out. And this is the Four of Pentacles, I believe, and the Justice card. So you're really gaining your power back in this first half of 2023. And like I said, unfortunately, there may be some challenging circumstances that help to bring this about. For some of you guys, I think you've been working on this for a long time and you're finally getting to that place of stability. You're finally taking the steps to become more stable, whether this is emotionally, spiritually, physically. And there's an aspect of, with this Justice card here, it's like the scales being balanced, karma being balanced. If somebody, whoever this goes back to the forgiveness again, whoever may have done you wrong in the past, it's like justice and karma is coming around. And the justice may simply be you finally being able to release that. And for some of you guys, I'm feeling like in this first half of 2023, there's going to be situations, or maybe one major situation that presents itself. And this situation is, see how he's blindfolded here? You may not be able to clearly see what the solution is, or what the, not so much the solution, but the right way to proceed. The right way to act, what it is that you're supposed to do. Like you're given these opportunities to act in integrity or out of integrity. And you're being placed in these situations where you have to figure out what is fair and just here. Remember, the highest good for all involved. And these are tests. And as a result of these tests, it's going to help you step more firmly into your power. Right? It's going to give you power because it's the energy, once again, where you're taking away the reactivity. Other people are not able to trigger you. You're not reacting. You're responding instead of reacting. This is the ultimate goal here. This is how you take your power back. By not caring what they think, by not being offended or hurt by what they say, not reacting to that, especially in a way that's self-destructive. So it's like you have to choose what is the right way to proceed here. What is in integrity? What is honoring my truth? Right? Because remember, if we're not honoring our truth, we're acting out of integrity. How do I proceed? And the way that you choose to proceed is either going to bring you more into your power or less. I was trying to figure out what way to say that, but I think you guys understand what I'm saying. It's either going to be empowering or disempowering. And I feel like a lot of you are realizing that even where you thought you were empowered, you've actually been disempowered for far too long. And you're over it. You're sick of it. You're tired of feeling out of control. You're tired of feeling And I don't mean out of control, like control in that type A kind of way. I just mean like in control of your life, of your world, of your thoughts and emotions. And you're ready to move forward. And I just feel this energy too of karma coming back around for people. Karma may be coming back around for you or for other people in your life. And my right ear just popped when I heard that, when I said that. I am feeling, just as a kind of a warning to throw that out there for anybody who resonates, especially with this, this addictive energy and behaviors. If you are not in the place of being clean and sober yet, but you've been desiring it, I'm just going to say what I'm feeling here, which is that somebody may get arrested. And that may be what pushes you into recovery here this last time around. Whatever gets you there, let it keep you there. All right, that's a phrase we used to use in 12-step all the time. I myself am a recovering addict. So I could throw out 12-step phrases all day long. Yeah, somebody, you may be looking at that. If you don't want that, if you felt a little something flip in your stomach when I said that, and you don't want that to happen, then make the decision first to get out of whatever you're doing. That's taking your power back. That's why that message came through for someone. Because being the one who changes that situation first is how you take your power back. In any situation here, it's like, instead of passively waiting for the other shoe to drop, for something to happen, for somebody else to make a choice or a decision that by default makes your own choice for you, it's time to start making those choices. It's time to start making those decisions. For some people, I'm feeling this energy of like calling people out, but not in a low vibrational way, in a way of what they need to hear. But once again, saying it with love and compassion. Yeah. And some people are receiving justice in a situation where they were wronged. And for some people, this is like literally in a court of law. And for some people, it's about the truth coming out. If there was a situation where you were being deceptive or somebody else was being deceptive, the truth is finally coming out. If there's been, and if you were the deceptive one, don't feel some type of way about this, like, oh my God, oh no. It's actually going to empower you more when this happens, because you're not going to have to pretend anymore. All right. Keeping a lie going is one of the most exhausting things that we can do. There's going to be a sense of relief when the truth does come out. And once again, how can you head that off? You can be the person who takes the action instead of waiting for it to come out. If you intuitively feel this energy that I'm talking about right now, be the one who puts it out there first. For other people, this is somebody who's deceived you or somebody who's been pretending to be something that they're not. They've done something you have not, for whatever reason, you haven't been able to call them out. You haven't felt that it was the right thing to do. And you may be correct about that for whatever reason. But the truth is going to come out in that situation too. And for some of you guys, there's a lie that you don't even realize was told. And that's going to be revealed. And whatever happens, it's all about stepping you more deeply into your power. Stepping everyone in the situation more into their power. We had the Fool on the bottom of the deck. It was inverted, but I feel it more right side up. And then I also saw when I was flipping through here, Cruelty, Nine of Swords. So for some people, there's a new beginning for you guys when it comes to the energy of your mind. And I just saw the Ace of Cups, so definitely when it comes to love and fulfillment. That painful energy is ceasing to be. Clear. You're seeing a way out. You're seeing a way through. You're seeing a way forward. And there is incredible, whatever changes you've been desiring to make or you've been feeling drawn to make in your life, clear. Whatever positive changes, they are worth it. Even if they're hard, see, success right on the bottom of the deck now. Even if they're hard, they will be worth it. All right. So I think that was a pretty good look into the first half of 2023. Clear. So now we're going to go into the second half, and I'm trying to feel if I want to keep using this deck or if I want to use something else. Clear. I'm wanting to use the Osho Zen Tarot. And that deck, in order to really know what all the cards correspond to in the traditional tarot, you have to work with it a lot. And I haven't worked with it that much, so I don't necessarily know all of the original, what the cards are that correspond to the regular tarot. But it's a really fun deck to use, even if you don't know that. So we're going to look into, clear, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, major placements, second half of 2023. What can Scorpio expect? What guidance do we have for Scorpio for the second half of 2023? Guidance for Scorpio. A look into what may be coming. And remember, this is just tapping into the current energy and most likely timeline. So any of the stuff that I'm talking about, if it resonates, but if it doesn't resonate, then just dismiss it. If it does resonate and you don't like it, you can change it. You can absolutely change it. Nothing is ever set in stone. Nobody can really tell you your future, because one choice, one decision, one timeline switch can have you going in a completely different direction. Aside from, like I said, in my belief system, those fated or destined things. So we have sharing coming out. This is second half of 2023. Looking at this energy, this is like, I feel like there's going to be a generosity of spirit that you're going to be experiencing in the second half of 2023. You're going to be more open. You're going to want to share your experience with people. You're going to want to share the things that you have. It's like as things in your life begin to multiply, you're realizing, like, having all the material things in the world doesn't matter if there's nobody to share it with. That's what gives it meaning. And so you're feeling very generous. You're feeling very open. Some of you guys may be volunteering in the second half of 2023 at like a food bank or a homeless shelter or a youth center or who knows, right? Something like that. You may be in a mood to give back. Now that we talked about the recovery stuff, I can't help it. More recovery quotes just keep flooding into my head. So the quote, give back what was so freely given, is coming up. So some of you guys may be in a place where you start sponsoring people, like if you joined a 12-step program or recommitted to a 12-step program. Or simply are in one but haven't taken on any sponsees yet. Or you could be finding a sponsor, and that could be the person that you meet that you're finally able to trust. For some of you guys. So I love that. Sharing also reminds me of the house that you rule in the natal chart is the 8th house. It is the Pluto house, right? The Scorpio house. And part of that is about sharing, deep, intimate connection, sharing resources. So you may be sharing resources. You may be in a position where people are wanting to share resources with you, and absolutely accept that help. Accept what is offered if it feels beneficial for you. Don't feel guilty. If somebody is offering you something, it's because they want. Ooh, interesting. So sometimes it's because they simply want to feel how good it feels when they offer, when they give a gift, right? Like they want to feel that dopamine rush. And they're just generous of spirit. But we have the Control card coming out. And what I was feeling as I was saying that was that you definitely want to check the motives of people who are offering you help and offering you things. If it feels on the level, then please receive that. All right, this is Spirit training you on how to be receptive, which is the gateway that opens so much abundance for us. Right? It's an opportunity to learn that. It's an opportunity to learn how to ask for help as well. And of course, how to give help and how to do that from a place of fullness, from a place of overflow, with no hidden agenda. But for some people, there may be somebody who is offering you something, but there's a level of control with it. They're offering it to you because they want to control you. And I'm feeling like somebody deals with this in a family dynamic. Like your family or your partner's family for some people, if you're in a relationship. They offer you things, they offer you help, but it's all because there's a level of control there. So if that's the case, if somebody is giving in order to receive something back from you, or in order to receive, I feel like for a lot of people it's like your behavior. They want you to behave in a certain way. Just be wary of that. Be wary of that energy. And I know those were two conflicting messages, and there's probably some of you watching this like, great, so I'm supposed to be learning to trust again. And you're telling me in the same breath that there are some people that I'm going to be able to trust and some that I'm not. And now how am I supposed to tell the difference? It just makes me want to not trust anybody. All right? But you're going to know. You're going to know. And you may not know right away. If somebody's offering you something in order to control you, that agenda will become clear pretty quickly. And so at any time you can opt out. And for some of you, this is about not feeling guilty about doing that. Not feeling guilty if somebody says no strings attached and then you receive something from them. And a little bit later on down the line, all of a sudden there's strings. You're not obligated to honor those strings. Right? They said no strings attached. Take them at their word. And act accordingly. You don't owe them anything. That's the lesson for some people. So it's like no matter what happens, you're going to be okay. So don't worry about trust, about accepting help from the wrong person, because ultimately there's going to be a powerful lesson and a powerful way to another example of regaining your power. All right, what else wants to come out here? We have inner voice. Yeah, it's all of this is about connecting you more deeply to your inner voice and your inner truth. And learning, teaching you how to hone your intuition. And how to separate intuition from trauma and wounding. You're going to be really connecting in with your inner voice more. I think for some people too, you're going to gain your psychic abilities, your spiritual gifts, whatever they are going to really be growing throughout the second half of 2023. You're going to have more control over them. And the way that I mean that control is like you're going to be able to utilize them for a specific purpose. Like an example would be what I'm doing right now. If you want to sit down and give somebody a reading, you're going to be able to do that easily and effortlessly. Right? If whatever your gift is that you're working with, you're going to have better control over it, and you're going to and by control I mean mastery. A deeper level of mastery of your different gifts, of your intuition especially, and your psychic abilities. But it could be anything. I'm noticing the dolphins on these cards right now too. And they're making me think of Florida. I don't know, that's interesting. Some of you may be guided to move somewhere. We're going to go back to that in a second. So this inner voice control sharing, it's also about as you step into your gifts more, you're being called on to share those gifts with others. That's the relevance of the sharing card for some people watching this. The reason that your gifts are, for some of you guys, it's like if you've been trying to open up your psychic gifts more, or your past life gifts and abilities, as you share what you have already, you gain more mastery over your gifts and they begin to manifest more. So it's like, don't wait to share them until you feel like you're at the place you want to be. Start sharing them now. There was one thing that I learned with my own psychic gifts was I was really impatient, right? Going back to that patience energy, because I knew that they were there. I just couldn't really access them. And I was like, what the hell is wrong? Like, why is this not? And it's also true that I wasn't, and so this relates to a lot of the earlier reading, right? It was also true that I wasn't really putting a lot of effort into honing them more. But a big part of it was I wasn't doing anything with them, with what I already had. All right, I was just waiting there expecting more. But one day I realized Spirit's not going to, like, I'm not, my psychic gifts, my spiritual gifts are not going to grow if I'm just sitting here on the couch doing nothing with them. All right, I have to be actively putting them out there and being of service with them. And once I started doing that, even though I was scared, even though I thought I wasn't ready, I wasn't good enough, you know, my ego told me I was going to make a fool of myself. I did it anyway. And that's continued to grow. Because there was a reason. There's a use for it, right? So you're being called to share what you have. As far as this moving energy goes, somebody may be moving or changing location this year. I'm feeling the energy of Florida for some reason. Like maybe somebody that watches this is either going to be leaving Florida or moving to Florida, or moving somewhere warm like that with nice beaches, with dolphins. It's always been one of my dreams to swim with the dolphins. And I almost did when I went down to Florida last year, but I was, unfortunately, I wasn't super pregnant yet, but I was pregnant enough, and they asked, and I was honest, and they wouldn't let me. So next time, hopefully. I'm not necessarily saying someone's going to go swim with the dolphins, but I'm not saying you're not either. But somebody may be moving or taking a vacation, taking a trip to Florida, or to somewhere else that's known for its dolphins. Your inner voice, and it may not be Florida at all. That's just like for somebody. But for maybe quite a few people watching this reading, your intuition, your inner voice is going to be telling you that you need to go somewhere. That you need to move somewhere. Be in a certain energy. Whether this is moving for work, moving for school, moving for an opportunity. For some of you guys, though, I think it feels more like you're not even going to know why. Your inner voice, your inner guidance is just pulling you somewhere, calling you somewhere. Wherever that place is, trust that. Go. There's a lot of growth for you available there. And it's going to be scary because there's going to be a lot of circumstances you can't control. We have totality here. I'm not sure what I feel like for that. I need another clarifier. Possibilities. Okay, yeah. See, there's another warm place. Doesn't this remind you of like Arizona? Utah, New Mexico, somewhere like that. That's where I'm drawn. One day. We got abundance on the bottom of the deck. So, where you're being called right now, for some of you guys, like we said, it's somewhere near water. For one person, it's Florida. Not for everyone, though. But it's somewhere near water. For somebody else, it may be like the desert or something like that you're called to. Some of you guys. I'm feeling waters and desert, but don't take that as the only people that this message is for. If it resonates with you, if you're getting that call, then this message is for you. There are a lot of possibilities there. There's the possibility to really embody the totality of yourself, of your soul self. The totality of your potential in this lifetime. That's a better way to put it. It's virtually impossible to embody the totality of our soul self in this physical incarnation, right? But the totality of your potential in this lifetime, you're going to be able to tap into that. There's going to be so many possibilities available to you. And you see on this, we actually have 2 people here, 3 people. And they're doing like what the acrobats do, right? I forget the name of this, but you guys know when they're swinging through the air and they're grabbing each other's hands. So that's where that trust energy comes in too. Taking that leap. And for some of you guys, it is about trusting other people, but more than that, it's about trusting yourself and trusting spirit above all else. And there is a bald eagle, it looks like, in this picture. Very specifically an eagle. So you may be guided by an eagle. You may have visions of an eagle. You may be working with that as a spirit animal. You may just want to look up the symbology of the bald eagle, specifically the bald eagle. And they can guide you in this process. And there is abundance, right? There is abundance available there too. It's like everything that you want, everything you've been desiring in your heart of hearts. And this goes back to the energy about at the beginning of the reading. I can't remember exactly what I said now, but it was something about like a hidden dream rising to the surface. You're going to find the fulfillment of that dream possible out there. And there is going to be a community for you. See, we have we are the world now. There is going to be community available for you there too. If you felt really isolated where you are, there's going to be like you're desiring this community, but you haven't seen it manifest yet. You're going to see that. Like it's there waiting for you. That's one of the reasons you're being called there. Because there are experiences, right? Experiencing. And then change under that again. And beyond illusion. I love this. Completion and breakthrough. These are awesome cards, you guys. This, like we said, right? The beginning of 2023 is breaking you down. It's about the work that goes in before the breakthrough. For most. And then the second half of 2023 is about the breakthrough. It's about the change, moving beyond the illusions, right? The illusions of the mirror, the illusions of your own perceptions, right? Your belief systems. You're really, see that? This is like a heavy third eye card right here. See that? So that, like, once again, that pineal gland activating. Some of you guys, you want to work with decalcifying your pineal gland. This has come up for a lot of people. And I'm going to be talking more about how to do that. So stay tuned for that. But you may want to work with that. But I think it's going to be activating naturally. And there's just so much shifting and changing for you. You're completing an aspect of your journey, and for some people this is like the place that you live. You're done in that place. You've done all you were meant to do there, and this next place is the final puzzle piece for you. I feel like for some people you've moved around a lot, and you're finally finding a place that you can call home. And this is also about completing old cycles, putting them to rest. It's like the beginning of 2023, those puzzle pieces where you were fitting those pieces into the puzzle. And the second half, that final piece is falling into place. All right. I want to pull an Akashic Tarot card for you guys for the second half of 2023. Clear. Yeah, and I believe change is the wheel in the traditional deck, completion is the world, and breakthrough is the tower. No, is it? No, I'm not sure what breakthrough is. It reminds me of the tower card with the imagery there. But yeah, I'm feeling like for some of you guys, it's like there may be an unprecedented or unexpected change or breakthrough that happens for some of you. Some event too. I feel like an outer event for some people that shifts the energy and completes something, like something that needed to end, like that ending comes out of nowhere. It's almost like it was completely out of your hands and helps to facilitate change. But for some of you guys, it is much more about the inner journey and you putting in the work that leads to the breakthrough. All right. Second half of 2023. We have the Three of Scrolls, setting your course. And we have 16 caught in the ruins. So this card very much represents the energy of moving into the future, right? Setting your intentions, plotting your course forward. But I like this card, like, they're not on land anymore. They're already on the water. All right, so this is also about taking the action. And this is what's going to prevent that. This is the possible energy that stands in the way of your ability to do this. And see, they're taking a voyage. So once again, this travel, if you guys aren't being guided to move, I feel a lot of you are going to be traveling in 2023. And where you travel to, where you're being guided to travel to, this is where that unprecedented breakthrough, that energy connects. It's like you're going to have a huge breakthrough. There's like power in the place that you're going. And that power reconnects you to an aspect of your power. And it just ignites everything for you. Yeah, so much of this reading for everyone involved is about taking your power back. It's really something. I'm so excited for you guys. But this caught in the ruins, this is the energy of living in the past, of staying stuck in the past. The energy of feeling trapped, and I want to read about this from the Akashic Tarot here. And the Four of Forces, spring, autumn. So spring and autumn may be powerful times for you. Perhaps some of this traveling or some of these changes show up in the external in spring or autumn. But this is also, this card generally means, in its upright position, it's spring, and in its reversed, it's autumn. So the spring is the new beginnings. And autumn is, of course, your birth month or your birth season, right? So some of you guys, it's like something powerful happening around your birthday. Something powerful happening in the springtime or around your birthday. Possibly relating to this traveling or this moving energy. All right, caught in the ruins. Let's get back on track here. Oh, this is such an interesting reading for you guys, as I knew it would be. I love all of you, by the way, all of my beautiful Scorpios. My mother is a double Scorpio. I'm sure she'll be watching this, and I was just starting to think about you when I was talking about some of this energy here. All right, so upright, which I think, I can't remember where it was. All right. But this is about allowing yourself to stay trapped in a difficult situation. Yeah. I'm going to read you both sides of this because these are the options. This is what is, and this is coming back to that addictive energy for some right here. It says, this card shows a dark or difficult situation that seems to have you trapped. It could be a hurtful, empty relationship, an unhappy or stifling job, a behavior or actual addiction, or even a negative sabotaging belief system. It has held you captive for some time and may even have begun in some past life. But there is a way out, as there always has been. It just takes some effort and determination on your part. Even if these limiting situations and actions are strong, they are self-imposed. The courage and strength required to change lies within you. You must change each faulty belief and every sabotaging choice as they happen. If you do nothing, you'll perpetuate your attachment in this dark situation. Like the crumbling castle, negative choices could stand for a long time to come. Don't let the ruins of your past ruin your future. You have the power to climb out now. And that's what this is about. It's about climbing out of whatever this self-imposed prison was. And for a lot of us, for some people, it is a negative, toxic relationship or job or something like that. But for most, it's this mental energy, these belief systems that we were talking about. And some of these, where this is linked into the travel energy here, is that some of these past life energies, these past life programs that have been holding you back, have to do with a past life. And something about where you travel to is going to unlock that. It's going to give you the key that helps you let yourself out of the cage that you placed yourself in a long time ago. And this is just a warning and a reminder to stay focused on the here and the now, where you are and where you're going. Don't worry so much about where you've been, unless you need to look back to remind yourself. Right? Don't forget where you've been. It is important to have that reminder sometimes. But don't stay stuck in that energy. And when you feel yourself falling back into it, set your intentions again. Once you take that step forward, if you feel yourself taking steps back, you can stop yourself at any time and move forward again. You don't have to stay stuck in this energy. You can release this. You are releasing this, I think, for the majority of people. And you're setting your course, setting your sails for the future that you want. Archangel Michael here on the bottom of the deck wants to assist you with that. He wants to cut away any cords, any outdated energies that are no longer necessary. He wants to bring you that sword of clarity, that sword of righteousness, that sword of truth. And then we also have winged messengers under that. So this is really interesting because we talked about the bald eagle, right? So birds in general, for somebody it's going to be a bald eagle specifically. But birds in general, angels, right? You may have birds or angels working with you, bringing you messages and guidance or protection. I'm definitely feeling protection for some. Yeah, see, there's actually an angel on this card too behind the bird up there at the top. And here we have, well, it looks like a hawk and a dove. Well, like I said, it can be any bird that has significance to you. Your guardian angels working with you as well. bringing you messages. You may be connecting more with your guardian angels. Some of you, if you feel drawn to Archangel Michael, you may be connecting more with him. And I feel like he wants to give people additional assistance when it comes to healing their inner child, or situations where children desire, where you need to ask for protection for your children. And he's helping burn away what is no longer necessary so that you can regain some of the beauty and the innocence that you had as a child. And then we have the Ascent. And this feels relevant as well, because this is what you're doing through the second half of 2023. You are literally, you got most of the way up the mountain in the first half of 2023. Now in the second half, you will get to the place, if you've been determined, if you have stayed the course, if you have done the work and the healing, where you're standing on top of that mountain. You have a whole new view from up there. Brand new view. All right. I want to pull a closing card for you guys. I typically go for one of my longer decks, but for some reason I'm feeling the Shaman's Dream Oracle has a final card that wants to come out for you. Final card. Clear. For Scorpio for 2023. And I love the quote on the box here. Says, "We are all sacred dreamers, dreaming the world into being." So it's time for you to dream your world into being. It's time for you to really start mastering that energy. Instead of being discouraged by the outside, the reflection in the mirror, start creating your own reality. Know that you can do that. Take control of that. This year is all about taking your power back, taking control of your life, of your energy, of your mind, of your vision, of your just everything, in every single way. It's all about taking your power back and taking control back. Clear. For some of you guys, it's like you have kind of fallen into an energy where you let something or someone else get in the driver's seat, even if that was just life and the world itself, right? The collective consciousness, the collective dream. And now you're getting back in the driver's seat again. Scorpio 2023 ending card. One final card for Scorpio. All right, so we had two come out. We have a tidy house, clarity and organization, and woodwives, adaptability. And this is a 1 card, which means it's the first card in the deck. 1 and then 64. But what I'm feeling from this 1 here is that all the clarity that you seek, and I'm going to hold up that card again, comes from first having a clear and tidy mind, clear and tidy energy, having that foundation to then continue to grow and expand upon. You know, they have that phrase, right? Messy bed, messy head. So it's all about also cleaning up your outer reality, cleaning up your home. Really like taking control in those small ways first. Like, okay, I'm going to get my house in order, my literal house in order. Right? Then I'm going to get my figurative house in order. And there are 2 houses here, right? Which is interesting. And then really 3 if we look at this other house that's in the tree. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, that's the house that you're most interested in. It reminds me, I know the door to Narnia was a closet, right? But for some reason it's reminding me of that or something similar. Like a doorway to another world or dimension right there. We got the old and the new. The old foundation, the new foundation. The old house, the new house. And this is like the past life energy. This is like the magic realm or something. And see, both houses are connected to this magical realm. Right? I feel like, see, this one has the lights off and this one has the lights on. This is like you before your breakthrough and you after your breakthrough. When you realize that this was accessible all along, you were literally sitting right on top of it. And then the Woodwives, adaptability. You're being asked to be adaptable, to pull in some of that changeable energy. Right? What would mutable earth be? Virgo energy, right? And that fits right with clarity and organization. Tidy house, that's Virgo energy right there, right? So you're being asked to call upon some of that Virgo energy. You have it somewhere in your chart. For some of you guys, it might be interesting to look at where Virgo falls in your chart, if you have any placements in the sign of Virgo. Also, Virgo season, which is the end of summer moving into the fall time, so that autumn energy again. It's time to get your house in order. Spirit's saying have that steady, firm foundation first, but it doesn't have to be a literal place. This is a foundation within you. But still be adaptable. Right? Because there's a lot of change happening for you this year. You need to stay open. You need to stay mutable. And this is a Dream Thief on the bottom of the deck. Refusal of the call. And this is just reminding you, when you hear the call, and I said feel for a reason, right? You guys being emotionally based, some of you are going to feel it before you hear it. Or that's how you're going to hear it. Heed that call. Don't refuse it. If you do, you will miss out. And there's going to be a major call for some of you, but there's going to be a call towards your passion and your purpose, where you need to go, what you need to do. You're going to sense it intuitively, and you need to trust that. All right. And then for underneath that, we have first breath, beginner's mind. And it's embodying this beginner's mind that is going to help you to overcome and move through the obstacles. Drifter, experiencing life as it comes. That's more of that mutable energy. That's what Spirit really wants you to know and understand about 2023. Take it as it comes. Don't try to plan everything. Trust your soul. Trust your spirit. Yes, get your house in order. Put the effort in where the effort needs to be put in, right? Do the hard thing if it feels right. But really allow life to open itself up to you. Because it wants to. This is your year to bloom, to blossom. And for life, your experience of life to blossom along with you. All right, I love you guys. You are incredible. I hope you have an amazing 2023. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and let me know. Let me know how you're feeling and anticipating these energies of 2023. If you feel moved to donate, there are links below to do so. There's also a thanks button now on the videos. But just know every like, every share, every subscribe is as good as a donation, and it is so appreciated. If you know another Scorpio who would enjoy this video, go ahead and share it with them. And I would love to be updated by some people as time progresses to see what may have actually come to pass. And so as you're moving through 2023, remember this video and maybe come back and drop a comment. letting me know and letting everyone know what has transpired, because I think it would be really fun to dig into that and to know. All right, you guys, much love, much appreciation to all of you. Until we meet again.